Hi, also welcome to another day on this JMeter training, and uh, we are discussing these topics. So, sequentially, we are going down these topics, right? And we are here, I believe. Yes, making the script more realistic, modular, and dynamic and reusable nature. And so, where we uh, concluded in the last session, like we were making test data for the user inputs, right, on enter details and save transaction. So yeah, and in this we have fixed till like credit card type, card number, expiry date, and a G. So these have been fixed. Okay. Next is other stuff which are left, like first name, last name, street, city, state, and country. Now let us say first name and last name. So again, for first name and last name, if you want to have a realistic data, right? Now again, realistic means uh, a real name, right? That kind of thing. So in that case, you have to put in from test data file, right? CSV dataset config file only. But let us say if work can be done using dummy data only, right? So what is the difference between real and dummy? So I've explained. Dummy data means anything. So we can use some function and get our work done. So same way here also. Like if you want to put real first name or real last name, or suppose real address, right? Real city name, real estate name. If you want to do all the real means realistic, right? Realistic. Then you have to prepare the test data file, and from there only you have to call. There is no other way. Okay? There is no other way. But if work can be done using dummy data, so we can use the function. Now, so preparing test data file and calling from there, but from function, how we can handle this, so that's what we'll see. So let us say for first name, last name. So for this also, like these words will keep constant as it is, right? What we'll do is we'll add numbers in last, right? So a random number we can add, like let us say random function and choose random number between range, let us say 11,000, 11,111, and maximum 99,919. Now here, you will also see in every function there is a third column called name of the variable, in which you store the result, right? And you'll see this will be as optional. Okay, optional. So what it does is, uh, suppose whatever the random number is getting generated, right? If you want to store that in a variable, correct? So that's what it's name the variable in which you want to store the result. So this result, if you want to store in a variable, that variable name you have to give here. Okay, here. And it's optional. I mean, sometimes you can give as per the requirement, sometimes you cannot give, right? Here we will be giving, why will be giving, that also. So this output I want to save in a variable, and a variable name I'm going to give. Now why I'll be giving, I'll let you know. For now, just give a variable name called random. Suppose random num, short form random, right? And then click on generate. So this is the function. Now after Jojo, I'll put like this. You see, and Jojo, and that a random number will be generated. Now whatever that random number will be generated, that will be saved in this variable called random, right? Now this same variable I'll be calling here, here, and in parameterized form, so that it looks same. how it will look same. I'll tell you first. Let me copy this variable name and put it like a bean and then dollar flower basis variable name flower basis close. Same. You can copy paste this. Copy, put it here, put it, paste it. So how it will work, I'll let you know. So let us say for one user, maybe suppose you are running for many user. So for one user, the first name will be Jojo, okay, and a random number between this range. It can be anything. Let us say 553,498. Okay. So this is the number that got generated. Now this same will be repeated in last name in street one and street two. How it will be repeated, like you see, bin is a fixed, right? Bin is fixed. But we called this result is stored in this variable, and this variable we are calling here in parameters form. So here it will be also bin and 53,498. Right. Same we are calling that in address one and address two. So here also it will be like street one and this 53,498. Okay. And the last address two will be street two 53,490. It will be looking like this. You got all this folder. For some another user, it can be like this, Jojo. Some other number, let us say 47,821 for an example. Right, this was the number, let us say, got generated. So his sorry, last name will be bin, and the same number will be called here 47,820. Street address one will be street one 47,821, right? And street two address to 47,820, like this. So you are getting the idea how it will look. So that's what. Why I'm making this same, so that we will get an idea. Okay, these all numbers are for this user. These all numbers are for this user, right? So that is the region. Now you got right. So that is the region. This result I stored in this variable, and this variable we are calling it last time also in address one also and in address two, right, in parameters. Okay. So till here, it's all done. Save. Keep saving your work. Save. I'll show you output also. First, let us fix all. Now comes the city and state. So again, I'm saying that if you want to pass the realistic city name and state name, so only way is that from test data file only you have to pass realistic name if you want to do. But let us say if you want to do it from like we say a dummy data, so we can use some function. So in JMeter we have a function called random string function. Okay. So till now what we have learned about random function, random date function, and random string. So random string function is there, which generates a string. Okay. So we can go in this function tab, and below random function only we have random date, random date, and random string. Now what it does is, first you have to give, you see here you have to give the length, how much length of, means a string means, understand, a string means a kind of word. Okay, word. So this is a word, right? This is a word, this is a word, right? So how the length, right? What is the length of the string? Suppose I want to give the length of a string like 7 length, right? So that will give you. Now what character you want to use to generate that random string, right? What character? So all character you have to give here, like all uh, alphabet you can give, right? Like that. I'm not giving one, just for example. A small also, if you can give, if you wish. Numbers also you can give. A special character also you can give, right? You see. So something, no need to repeat. This all has dollar percentile at the rate, and these are repeating itself, right? Only one time we have to give. So so right. So you can see here a capital letter, a small letter, alpha numbers, and a special character. So what will happen now? Combining of this, right? You can see a seven length random string will be generated. Uh, it Here one drawback is there that it may take the special character or alphabets, or may not take. Okay, because only seven length it has to generate, right? So out of this, whatever any random it will pick and generate. So sometime it will take, sometime it will not take. Right? So here one special character. Sometimes a special character is not coming. Sometimes number is not coming. That is there. But you see, my purpose is to show you like what you have to, whatever character using which you want to generate that random string, that all character you have to give there. Okay, that is the basic thing to understand. And that much length random string will be generated. So that is a random string function. Now for city and state, what we can do, we can generate a three length city code and two length state code, right? And we will just use all the capital alphabets, because generally city states are uh, like normal word only without any number or a specific character, right? So we'll give that. So for a state, let us say three length, and here I'll give all alphabets in capital letter. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, S, T, U, V, W, X. Okay. Here, this optional thing, here also it's there, but not required, because we do not want to, there is no need of storing the result anywhere. Fine. So if you see, it's generating a three length kind of code, right? So we will use this code in our place of city, and I'll just reduce this number to two, and then it will generate a two length string. So that we will use for state. Okay. So this I am saying as see just dummy data, right? Because our many times we do not need to give the realistic thing. Our work can be done using, because in testing domain, right? Many things just because you have to test. So every time no need to, only when like some compulsory stuff is there, no? Very mandatory, then you can use realistic thing, right? But if it is not required, so many things you can save by that work, extra work you can save by using the functions. So this way also it will work, right? How to right? So there is no problem. And this function can also be helpful, like suppose you know tickets, right? So suppose we are booking flight tickets. So many time we'll see city codes are in like this only, right? City codes. Bangalore to Hyderabad flight is there. So BLR is the code, and Hyderabad HYD, right? Then on driving license also the state code and district code is there, right? Okay, which is in code format. So that time also this can help. Okay, this kind of approach. So now I've copied that and I will put it instead of city. Fine. And then here a state also. Well, in case of a state, I'll just reduce this three to two. Okay. Here. Fine. Now comes last thing is country. So for at least for country, let us not generate realistic. Sorry, let us not generate dummy data. We will use some realistic, so that we have both idea, right? Now, for dummy for country, either you can we can use same CSV dataset file, config file, test data file, and we can create a column called T country, and we can put the countries, and that variable we can call it here, right? That is there, but there is one problem. That is what you'll also understand about test data. See, in world countries are how many? I think around 151 countries are there. Okay, or less than that, right? Suppose you are running for 1000 users, right? For an example, so 1000 credential and 1000 cadential will put. But here 1000 country from where you will bring, right? So you have to repeat only. Like first 100, 150 country were given, then again you are repeating 150, then you are like that you have to do. Correct. Uh, right. So instead of doing that, we can prepare a extra separate, not extra, a separate test data file, and we can put only country in them. So in that way, what will happen? Suppose there is separate test data file, and in that, if you are only picking keeping 5 countries, here let it be thousand username and password they are there, but all those thousand will use only those 5 countries only and put it here, right? Because recycle will happen, we know, right? But here what will happen? Suppose here country is there and 1,000 users are there, but you are giving only 5 country here. Let us say, right, one, two, three, four, and 5 country. But and rest here you are keeping blank. All are blank. So what will happen for all 5 user? Till 5 user, it will pick the country. But for rest of the user, it will not pick because this column is blank for them, right? This is how it works. So it is not going to pick. So in that case, you have to repeat them. You have to repeat all them, right? Every 5 times. Or how many country you are, let's suppose 100 country you are putting. So every after 100, then again repeat them, right? So instead of that, you can use, we can prepare a separate test data and only 10 country or 100 country you can, and then even if you are running for 1000 user or 10,000 users, those 100 country will be shared in that, right? Shared by all the users. So this we should understand, like any test data which is less in nature, and we want to share them with all the users, so we can prepare separate test data. Okay? So that is there. Like for this also, I told the main page. Let us say these page. These 5 page are constant, right? Static. We have done correlation because for these all, right, that is a good way. But if you want to pass them from a test data file, that also we can do, right? That also we can do. We can put all this in a test data file, and we can create a column and put all 5 of them, and each user will pick like suppose fish, dog, cat, reptile, like that. You can put, and those variable we can call in this. But problem will be yeah. So but what will happen? You have to prepare a separate test data file, because if you put them here, so again, you have to repeat for all the user, right? All 5, then 5, then 5, then 5 for every user you have to repeat. But if you put that in a separate test data file and just create the variable column, let us say p8, and then only these 5 you put them, and that variable you call in the script where that is needed. So what will happen? Only this 5 time you are putting, and even here 1,000 users are there or 10,000. How many users are there? They are going just they are just going to read only 5, right? Only 5. So that thing we have to understand. Okay, which we can put it here or in same test data file, which we think we can put, or separate test data file, what we can put. Remember, in same test data file, you should only put those things for which for every user you have to put the value. That is important. Okay. Like hope you are understanding. Like suppose you have 1,000 credential, username and 1,000 password are there. But those pages, right, which are 5 in nature, if you are not repeating them all 5 again, repeating means here 1,000 username, 1,000 password. But here let us say your fish is there, your dog, your cat, your reptile, and your bird, right? Again, this 5 you have to repeat it here. If you are not repeating for these all users, this column value will be blank, and this below user will not be picking, right? So that happens, right? So in that case, we have to prepare a separate test data. When uh, same test data is there and you want to repeat them for all the users, right? So so that all depends. Okay, you can use in same test data file. You can use separate test data file depending on the requirement, and we can always prepare more than one test data file. Okay? But try to minimize the work as much as possible. Uh, so instead of using this, we will create a separate test data. Minimizing the work, like let us say this can be parameter, means we can pass them. We might have uh, put them in a test data, and we may have called them uh, through file over here, right? But that was not good approach, because correlation is good approach here, and that extra work is left, right? We did one correlation and fine, it will work automatically. Any user will be picking. So this kind of approach should be there, like which value you should pass from test data, which value you should correlate, all these things. So let us prepare a test data file for country. Users. So this test data file, I'll rename it. Let me just keep PS0. PS simply fits to test data one, and this is for users. So users, I'm writing. We'll update that in script also. Okay. And one more will create new document, new text document. Double click on that. Then file, save as, here all file, and then here so PS pit store test data 2 underscore countries dot csv, not CSV. Save. And here a variable column will create, suppose p and suppose short form p dash, or country, yeah, country. And below that we can put the word USA. Okay, like that. Something German. Like that you can put and save. So this all we can open in Notepad also. This is country and this is users. And if you want to open both in Excel, that also can do. Right now, so you got that. You are getting. So now what will happen? Even here, uh, we keep 1,000 users, but here only 5 country also. It will work because this 5 will be shared by all the users, all 1,000 or 10,000, whatever uh, running. Right, that is how it works. Now, one more thing. Why I have given here P? Right. So remember, we are using two prefix. One is C, a small c. One is P, a small p. Right. So C we have used everywhere for variable names. Where we are doing the correlation, right? Correlation means extracting wherever we are extracting the value and storing in that variable. So those variable name before that we are using C underscore, right? A small c underscore to differentiate them, right? Same way here also suppose C. Now here this India we are directly calling from file. We are not extracting. So here correlation and parameterization is not happening. Correlation means what? Correlation is extracting and parameterization is putting, substituting, right? So correlation and parameterization is complete one process. You are extracting and you are substituting, right? So and that is correlated variable. So C. But here we are not doing correlation, right? We are putting directly from a file, directly parameterizing. Right? Extraction concept is not here. So here we will use P, P underscore. And that way, these are some good practices, not mandatory, but good practice. So that suppose anyone who will look into this script, so he'll come to know, okay, this C card type, okay, this is correlated. Somewhere it might have been correlated. Here, suppose I'll use P country. So he will understood, okay, this variable is parameterized. I mean, this value for this variable is coming from some file, right? Some file. So like that. Okay. For username and password, you might get confused that why for username and password I didn't use key underscore or your key underscore password. Just because username password generally everyone knows that it will always come from test data, right? Or else from where it will come. That's why. Okay, I have not used. But you can use. But generally it will be general concept. That's why I have avoided here. But let us say for other variable, you can like key underscore. So I'll just copy this variable name, copy and put it here. Variable dollar flower braces variable name flower braces close. Flower braces or curly braces. So now you see this is P underscore country. This is C underscore country. So anyone who will look into this will come to know, okay, this is correlated variable. This is parameterized variable. Means this variable value is coming from extraction. So right, like we are somewhere it is getting extracted and passing here. This variable value is coming from a file, some test data file, right? So that is the thing. Now, next thing is we have to add a CSV dataset config element. And so right click on thread group, add config element and CSV dataset config. So the first one is for PA01. So we have changed its file. So let us update it. So this is the file name. Is test data one users. We can give here also users, because two we are using, right? So if we update here also, people will come to anyone who see the script. Okay, this is for user, and this is for countries. Control C and Control V, and let us update this name simply here. Countries. Okay, so users, countries, like fine. So this will read username and password from username password file. This will read countries from countries country countries test data file, and the value will be substituted wherever required. Like suppose username password will be substituted here, and country, right, it will be substituted here. Okay, so done. So you see how our most of the work we saved, right, using these dummy some functions. So unnecessary creating card number, expiry date, first name, last name, address one, address two, city, state, zip. All this instead of preparing a test data and calling them from test data file, now these all will be handled through function. And you see how much hard work has been left, because how much hard work has been how much hard work is resolved, right? Uh, because that is unnecessary hard work, unnecessary extra work, not hard, extra work, correct. So that has been minimized, right? Because suppose you are running for 1000 users, right? You have to put 1000 data, or 10,000 users, you have to put 10,000 data, right? In the file, and creating is that is a task, right? But all these all will be handled automatically. Card number will be automatically generated, expiry date will automatically, all this thing will be. So you see how much extra work we have saved using these functions, correct? Fine. I'll increase this range to 1 lakh 11,100, 9 lakh 99,990. Now I'll run it and I'll show you. So uh, first I'll run for one user, and then I'll run for two users, or directly just run for. So login, I think I do not have to show, one login. This is one user, and the login credential is getting read from the login test data file, right? So username and password, and this is login by another user. So you can see your username and password correct for that user. Right. What we need to see, another thing I've already shown you, like all different user are picking different pages. So I think in last session I have shown that. So no need to uh, see it again. I will only show here like how the data are created, right? So this is enter detail and continue page for one user, maybe whatever user it is. So if you see all this data here, but if it doesn't look good, let us switch to HTTP mode in tabular format to look, and then we can see them in good way. Okay, so you can see here, see how it's generated. So you see card number 5544 series 16-digit card number, right? Then expiry date, you see, it got generated. This visa has been extracted because this is card type. We have done correlation for them. Then state code is short from two length state code has been generated. Then city two length, three length city has been generated. You see. Then zip code 88 series 6 length zip code has been generated. Correct. Now comes country. You see country, it has picked from country file. This is first user. So he has picked the first data. Correct. So how it will work, like suppose we are running for 10 user. So picking will always happen sequentially. First user this, second user this, third user this, fourth user this, fifth user this. Then 10 user, right? So then for rest 6 to 10, what will happen? Recycle. So sixth user this, seventh user this, eighth user this, ninth user this, 10th user this, like that. Again, 11th user this, 10th, 12th user this, like that. Okay, recycling. So yeah, so first user, so it has read India from that test data file. Then right. So another thing what is left is like uh, the in first name last name I created a random number, right? You see, which I was saying Jojo and this 986009. So it is here also last name bin 986009. It is there in street one. Where is that? Here is address one, right? That same number and address two here. So now you see this payload will go with this request, right? This request to the server for that page. Same for another user, we can check like how it is different. So you see, we can check right, see all this detail. Just focus and you see for this is another user. So you see it's changing, right? This card number 5544 series there. This has changed. This has changed. Right? Expiry date I changed. This has changed. This has changed. Right? Yeah, city code, state code has changed. Right? Now I'll do what? I'll run complete scenario till sign out with three users. Uh, yeah, yeah, I'll run for three users and we'll see how all three users are booking three different pages. We have only two credential only. Let it be. So what will happen, in that three users if I'm running. So first user will use this credential, second user will use this credential, and then it will recycle. So third user will use this credential. Uh, Fine, let it be. We can register more users and uh, generate more credential also. But for now, let us go with these two only. I'm running for three user. Our main purpose is to just to understand whether three different products is getting booked or not. And all this like here different data we are sending, whether it is reflecting in the system or not, right? So it should reflect. So we'll just run them. Check. Meanwhile, I will log in to the account. Fine. So you can see here. We have how many confirm? Three confirms are there. One confirm, two confirm, three confirm. Okay. So still- do you see here? This is fine. This all we know. But coming downside, do you see how? Suppose this user use Mastercard card number, expiry date. This is first name, last name, right? So how it is looking? Hope you see. This is why we generated that random number and use that this four places, right? A city three length city, a two length state, random six length zip code with 80 series. Country is called from CSV file India. This is 5544 series card number. This is correlated value because card type are only three, right? A Master, Visa, and American Express. This is expiry date. Okay. Now, this shipping address, it has taken the old one because shipping address we can change if we want to change. If you want to change, you can click here and then click on continue. So shipping address also you can fill. Okay, different. Here, what is happening? This application little demo. Right? So when we registered this user, right? So we have given some detail about that user. So that is what shipping address it is taking. So ignore that. Now comes the page. So you see, it has booked adult male goldfish. Now another confirm here. So this is by another user. So you see, this is Mastercard, but other detail if you see, we'll see other detail, right? So yes, these values, okay, and so for and this value, right? Then this user has adult male goldfish. This user adult green adult iguana. Then we have one more confirm. So you see all this detail for him also. It's different, right? This is different. This is different, and he's picking adult male Persian. So different orders, and has been booked. Different order has been booked, and we can verify that in application. So 85022, 85024. So this is 85022 and this is 85024. This I have logged in for first user. Okay, first user. First user, I ran for three users, right? So first user I repeated two times. So two order has been booked in first user account. And so our purpose is to just see whether you see whether in application also these details are reflecting or not, or the different weight has been booked for him or not, right? So you see, hope you can see, right? So here adult male Persian and this data, right? Same way here this all is different, and here adult male goldfish. So likewise, right? So this has become realistic, complete flow. Yeah, okay. So your question, while recording, we didn't click on check mark to different editors. That's why no need to fill. But if you want to do, you can do that also. Okay, or you can ignore it. So since while recording, we didn't check at that. That's why there is no request related to like there is no such field here in the script for skipping to different editors. If you want to do that again, so you have to re-record it, or you have to add that. Okay. So adding, we can do it manually also we can do, but that will initially be confusion for beginner people. We manually how to do is like beginner people will get confused. We can add transaction manually, like you see inside that we can add. HTTP request, then we can fill all this detail or write all this detail. Or what we do is that particular transaction, whatever suppose we are doing stop active card, proceed to checkout, see different right. Now I'll inspect. So this is first page, right? So if I click on continue, so this is the request order dot action, which is carrying this all detail, right? And that has been captured here, order dot action, right? All this. Now this next page has came, and if I want to also include that in next page, so just clear all and fill all this, whatever you can fill, whatever, right? I'm just using as it is, and then again, if you continue, so one more such request will be generated. Now this request you can do what, right click on that request, copy as curl command, curl command, and just select this controller, go to tools and click on import from curl, and then paste it here. Okay, whatever pasted, then click create test plan, right? This option. So and just close it. So if you see that I didn't got it somewhere, it will be there. Actually, something I'm not working in my laptop properly about this JMeter. So click on this simple control, go to tools, import from curl, paste it here. Oh, some error it is. Don't know. Sorry. Some error is coming. I'll see. I'll paste it in another Gmail. But that is the way you can create custom request. Okay. Suppose that request is not recorded. So there is two way. For beginner people, you can re-record it complete flow. But after when you understand all these things, when you become flexible, then suppose this request is missed out or is not, we can from here a network tab on that request we can create do copy and then copy as curl. We can open a JMeter, right? In the same JMeter, anywhere you can click on simple controller and then go to tools and import from curl and then paste that and click create test plan. So what will happen? One request will be created, that request, and then other thing you can do renaming the request, renaming of the controller. I'm trying to do. Oh, there's some error is coming. I don't know why. Successful. Spec is Same error is don't know why this error, but it works like that. Okay. Or again, this is also not working. Then you can do it manually. That becomes little lengthy, but manually means uh, like suppose this all request, right? So you know how to segregate. This part will put in protocol. This part will put in URL. This part will put in path. Means we will add a HTTP request manually. Then right protocol, the URL, the path. Then here parameter, you can add it manually like that. All this name and the value. So go to payload, right? Payload and just change the view to view source, or this is confusing like this also from form data view path. So you can just copy this part and the value, and keep on filling here, right? The name and the values, right? So this part is the name, this part is the value, right? And then that is how you can create. And header, header you can header also you have to create. So header you can copy any header, any header from previous request you can copy, right? And then you can give some name, right? Name you have to give name and the request. That way we can create custom request also. But this curl is good. Uh, I, I'm not sure why it's not working. This I'm seeing first time. Uh, but you can also try. Generally, it should work. I never faced this. So you can do a right click on that request, right? I'll tell you the process. Copy as curl command and then come to JMeter and select anywhere and go to tools and click on import curl and then paste it and then click on create. So it will create that complete request for us. Okay. With all the input, header, everything will be created. Only thing will be left is naming the request and naming of the transaction. That's it. Okay. So that also we can do, but generally it will be confusing for beginner people. So you can avoid. Later on, you can even that creating this request. I have covered in last part. Okay. That time you'll get the idea. Custom creation of the request. Okay. So ignore that, right? So fine. So coming back, so you see, so how these data are generated, right? And these data are reflecting in our application also. Right? So that is the beauty. Right? That is the, so now our script is completely ready. Now our test is completely running with different multiple users and with different set of business data. So now this whole script is doing product booking. This whole script is now doing different product booking for different user with different inputs, right? Whatever the inputs also is all different. Correct. So so understand that this kind of scripting we can only do when we know the flow, right? Understanding of application functionality, flow, right? And whatever the flow means the scenario, whatever business scenario you are working on. If you know that, then it's very easy. It becomes okay. So now this is script, still some things are there. We will be working on that. But now for now you can run it for 10 different users, 100 users, 10,000, and this is going to book different products for all those users, right? And yeah, fine. With different inputs. Correct. Okay. Now what is there next? Okay. Now next thing, very important is adding of assertions. Okay. Use response assertion in all the requests. Use of responses. Now, what is this assertion? Okay. First, we have to understand them and what is the meaning of assertion. Now, assertion means verification of the response. Okay. So, let us say how you will know that we ran for three users, right? So, how we will know that for all three users, welcome page has came or not, or enter store page has came or not, or whether that user has logged in or not, right? Or whether when confirm is happening, so order has been booked or not. How we will know, or how we'll know that what here whatever the user is selecting, suppose EST 17, that same order is getting where is that, right? Whatever that user is selecting, right? Suppose this is third user and he has selected 17 here in select item ID. So whether that same is getting booked or not for that same third user, right? Whether it is getting finally booked on, how we will become sure? But because for now, for one user, I logged in the application and I have checked that, right? That is fine. But this is not for one user. Performance testing we are done doing for minimum 100 user, 1000 users, right? 10,000 users, depending on all different application. But let us say minimum 100 users, right? Maximum 1000, 5000, 10,000, right? Now, for every, suppose you are running for 100 users. So, for all 100 user, how will come to know? For every 100 user, you cannot go and log in the application. Na? That whether expected response, right? What is the expected response? Suppose when confirm is there, so what is the expected? That this message will come. Okay, and the order which is selected in select item ID that should be booked, right? These are the expected response, right? Expected response for let us say home page will be like this will should come. For enter story, this should come. How will come to know that all 100 user has logged in or not? Because this welcome should be there and sign out button will become enable, right? So this is the way. But that we know fine, right? But when we are running for 100 user, how will become sure? How? We cannot go and check na, for one user, every user one by one, not possible, right? So that is what performance testing means. Suppose you are running for 1000 users, so server whatever response it is giving for all this transaction, right? For in every transaction, suppose 15 transactions are there and two transaction has uh, extra two requests, so total 15 plus 2 17 requests are there in this whole script. Total 17 requests are there, right? So whether if you are running for 100 users, so for every 100 user will be sending 17 requests. For every request, whether expected response has came or not, how we will come, right? That is the point. How will come to know whether for all 100 users this ran successfully? Server didn't throw any issue, right? Expected response came. So that is where the assertions come in picture. That is the meaning of assertion. Because you cannot go and keep on verifying them manually, not 100 users, 1000 users. Who will do that? Right? For one user, two user, we are doing that because we are preparing the script. But now, let us say once this script is prepared, now everything is working fine. Now I want to run it for 100 users. So I cannot go one by one and check, right? Whether he has logged in or not, whether not. Right? So that is where assertions comes in picture. So assertion means assertions are value, right? Which will verify or validate the response for that user. Okay. So for every request that is mandatory to add assertion, response assertion for all the requests. In that also some notes is there, important field. So I'll talk about rule also. First, let us start adding the assertions. Okay. First of all, I'll reduce the user to one, and we will start from first request, first transaction, and parallelly done sign. We'll use application also to understand this. So suppose this is home page. Okay. This is home page. Now, when this is home page, how will what are the value that you want to decide, which will tell you that okay, home page has came fine or home page code has came fine. So there are two value. Home page is not that much big, right? So there is nothing on home page, but this is the value and this is one value, right? So two values are there. We can give two value. Right now, how to give? Correct. So you got right two value, one value, two value, second. Now related to that, understand that do not use too many assertion value. Okay. Suppose there is another page. Suppose this is enter restore. This is the page. Now on this page, if you are on this page, what you will verify, right? So many things are there. So you cannot give assertion for everything. No, we have to give assertion not too many. Uh, 1 to 4, maximum 4 is fine. 2 to 3 is much better. Better. 2 to 3 is much better. Per assertion is very fine. Are enough. Right. Then how we will choose those value, right? On a page there can be so many values, so many things, but how to choose those 3 4 values, right, that we will use as a assertion for that every response. So for that also there is a rule like response assertion values must be important as per the business functionality. Important I, okay, I. So important as per the business functionality. Then C, common for all the users on that response. Okay, common for all the users on that response. C. And unique to all the user accessing that response. Unique to that user, to all the users, unique to all the users accessing that response. Means that value should also be unique. Right? So ICU rule we have to follow. Okay. So let us start from first. So now first page is nothing. Yeah, nothing is there. Only two value are this is. Now understand we have two value. Now out of two also which is very important. Okay. So that is where we have to apply ICU rule. Important. So understand that when we come to this page, then what we are doing or what user is doing? He is clicking on this link, right? Enter restore link. So this is important. Okay. So that's what out of two, which is more important. That's what I'm telling. So the below link is important. Okay. This is common also. Means for every user, this link will be there common and unique. Unique means this link is there on this page only. It is not there on other page also, right? So that is how we will pick. So ICU, this is important, and we can pick one more this also. So two value we can give because there nothing more is there. On different next page we'll learn more. Let us give for this page. Now value also should give in sequence. Like first this is coming, then this is coming. So first we'll give this and then this, right? But out of these two, which is more important? This is more important. That is how we have to understand. So how to give the assertion? Okay. So this is home page. This is home page request. This is home page request. Right click on request. Go to add. Go to assertion. On top only you will see assertion and response assertion will be on top. Just add it. So you will see that inside the request. Remember, inside the request, right? Inside the request, that response assertion will be added. Okay. Now we have nothing to do more. There are a few settings. I'll be covering them one by one later on. For now, here also nothing to put, no name and nothing to give. Simply you have to click on add and it will add a line. And in that line, you have to give the value. So click on add. So your line got added. Now for this, we have got two value, right? So we will click 2 times and two line will be added. One value will give here, another value will give. Now, how to give the value, right? So see, you have to give this value not like this. Okay. this value how will copy, right? So you can copy, you can, but it will not work. Generally, this even will not, should not. Yeah. How we should do is we should go in the text mode, text format. This is text format, and from text format we should try to find those words, right? So we can take help of this replay law. Replay means we ran the test, right? So that is called replay, right? Replay log or original recording log also. Let me open. Right. So it's request number five, and should be in text mode only code. And then here this is here you have to find those two words. One is welcome to JePStore 6 and one is enter the S2. So first welcome, right? So you can search here welcome. Type here welcome. So we'll see here how it will come. It's a heading. So a little bit of HTML knowledge anyone have. So you see this is heading, this is paragraph, right? This is reference. This is how these things are. You coding is done, right? And here that text message is there, which gets displayed over where when this code is processed. Okay. So we have to copy that. You can copy this whole also with heading like till here and put it in the first because sequentially it is coming first. So we have put that and then we'll do for this. This is second one, but and this is more important, right? So for that again, what its name? What is the name of second one? Enter the store. So let us try to search here in the scheme. Enter. So see here, it's coming. Enter the store, and it's a link, a hyperlink. Link means we are clicking on that. User will be clicking. So it's a link, correct link, and that's why it's coming at this code. So now we can copy this whole part also, or this much also, but better to copy. We should not give that much long, but these are smaller stuff. So we can copy till here. Okay. So you see, this is how we should give the. Now, first, before we proceed ahead and give value to all other requests, let me show you how this assertion works. So this all I'll disable. See what happens is, uh, like whenever we run a test, so home page transaction, this is home page request. Request will go, response will come. Response will contain the code, right? Now, when the response will come, okay. So how extractor, we have seen that when response will come, extractor will go and try to find the value and try to extract it. Same way, when response will come, right, then this response assertion for that request, it will try to find this both value one by one. Okay. Whether this both value are there or not in this whole response, right? If both value are there, then it will mark it as a green as usual. But let us see if any of the value is not there. Okay. So remember, if any of the value, any one of the value is not there, right? So it will mark this request as read. Or if so if or if both value, if both is not there, so either anyone, whether this or whether this, if that is not there, then it will mark this as a read in the response. If both is not there, then also it will mark that as a read. This is how it works. Both value has to be there, that is compulsory. Both value has to be there, or let us say three value you are given, all three value has to be there. If anyone is not there, it will mark that as read, and it will throw a message also. So for an example, I'll tell you. Suppose here I am giving add, and I am giving one line. I'm giving uh, a name called any name for an example purpose. Let us say VK for an example, right? So now we have three value. Okay, 1 year, 2 year, and 3 year. This is I have added from my side just to show you. Generally, we should not give anything from our side. We should only give what is there in the response, what you want to verify. Just for understanding purpose. Suppose this is one value we have. Now, same thing if I run, it will you will see it will be in red. See, it become red. And if you expand and then this also, if you expand, then you can see here and you can click here and we'll see what it is saying. Text expected to contain VK. Okay, in the response means what? When this request got fired, when response came, right? So when this whole response came, then response assertion went there and it tried to find all three value. So first value was there correct, second value was there correct, third value which is VK is not there in the response, and then that's why it has thrown there. So this is how this response assertion. Let us say so same. Suppose this request now, if I run for 1,000 users, now I do not have to. Okay. Now this request now we can run for 1,000 users also, right? And the request for all 1,000 users will fired. All 1,000 users will receive the response, right? And now what will happen for every 1,000 users in their response, the JMeter will go and check this response assertion will check for every user whether in their response this welcome message or this first value and the second value has came or not. If any one of that is not there, now for that particular user, it will mark it as a fail. Okay. Or if both is not there, it will mark it as a fail. And that way we will come to know, okay, let us say that we ran for 100 users, 1,000 users, and suppose for 100 users, home page failed. It means that we'll come to know, okay, server didn't responded properly. Okay. And then we can check also. So all those where to check result log, result analysis, that all will understand slowly, right? The failure result where we can see. But this is the case. So in front of you, let us say only 10 users only. Suppose I'll run only home page. So you'll see all 10 will be in green because everything is working fine. See, all 10 user are. So it means all for all 10 user, this all home page request fired and all have received response, right? Then for all of them, this response assertion has worked and it has tried to find those two words is present in that response or not. And since it is there, so they are all in green. Okay. But let us say out of 10 for any of the user, if any one of this value is not there, right? Or if both of the value is not there, so it will mark that one home page failed in red. Or let us say for all, if it is all user in response, those two value are not there, all will be in red. And then you can expand them and you can read them message also. So this is how this response assertions work, and this is how now we do not have to worry, right? I can run it and I will be sure, okay, that in response the expected words or expected keyword what I have given is coming, right? It means that the expected response is coming and my test is going fine for 100 user or 1,000 user. No need to verify manually, right? So this is the importance. This is how it works, and that is why we have to give the assertions, because manually who will verify, right? It's not possible. Now enter store next. So you can enter store. This is the request. I click add assertion. So 16 and right. So we have added here. Inside the request we have to add, right? Like extractor how we have add inside. So same. Now come to the values. So for 16, next transaction is what clicking on interest. So when you click on interest, here so many values are there, right? So many values are there. What and as you said, maximum two, three, and in worst case, maximum four value only we can give. So how we will identify those three, four values? So that is where we have to apply the ICU rule, right? ICU means important, common, and unique. So important as per the business functionality, like common to all the users and unique for that page. On only that page it should be. So here, you see, as per the business functionality, after enter store, what we are going to do? We are going to click on sign in, right? Sign in. So we can do a check for sign in button is there or not. So we got one value, right? One value we got. Now this one value is satisfying all this rule. It is important as per the business functionality, because as per the business functionality, we are going to click on this link, right? So it should be there in this whole response. Then this is common also. This sign in button is common for all the user coming to this page, right? And it is unique, right? Like this sign in button is there on this page, right? So unique also. So we found our first value, okay, which is satisfying this. So one value we got. Minimum two generally we should give. In a worst case, if no value are the one we can give, but two or three are fine. And maximum four is enough. So one value we found, that is about the signing. Then which is the next value, right? So next value we can give about this logo. This logo is very good. So uh, it's not. So if you see IC rule, it is common for every user, right? Unique. This logo is there on this page only, so unique. And important, you can say it's important also, but sometimes we can ignore because we have to find the value. So if we are not finding it, so we can pick it, right? Or you can say it's important also because it's a main logo which is coming on the page. So it is also important as per the functionality. Okay. Now, right. So two value we got. First is this, second is this. Now, let us say, so now how we'll check, right? So see, checking this is, right, you can find this sign in code, sign in text in the code. So first let us do for sign in. So this is the 16, right? 16. So we can go in recording log also. And in 16, this is 16 here. In this code, you can type sign, simply type first word type. Generally do not type complete word, first word only you type, and try to search. Write it and click on find. So somewhere you will see it will be highlighted in green. So there it is there. Yes, this is HRF. Okay, hyperlink, because sign in button is a link and we have to click on that. Right? So hyperlink. And I now again understand one thing here, that sign in text is there. Now understand one thing. Shall we take whole? So answer is no. Because if you see in this is one dynamic value is coming and we know about. And dynamic value thing you cannot give in assertions, right? Because it will change, right? So suppose you are giving this value, next time next value is coming, so obviously it will not be there, the value which we give, and it will throw error. So that all we cannot do. So from here to here you can give, right? Now one more way to find, suppose you have search sign here and there can be so many sign here. Okay, only two are coming. For now we are lucky that one is here and one is here, but suppose we have search sign and so many sign are coming, and then how to be sure that whether which is the exact code for that, right? So there, this is very important. So if you see this cursor, right, You can select this cursor and try to highlight that. So it will show that code here. I'll show you. Select this cursor, click on that, and then go and try to highlight this sign like this. So when you click, you can see here. um, Yeah. So click and try to highlight. So right. So you can see here. This should be the code. It's very clearly highlighting. If I take mouse over there, so it is getting highlighted. Just focus here, and on this line, I'm taking my mouse. So you see, it's getting automatically highlighted if I'm taking over there. Right? So that way also it tells that in this whole code, right? Code can be very big, but in this whole code, if you want to be sure that what is the exact code for this, right? So that way, you just select this cursor, try to highlight that, and then you'll see that line getting highlighted, and you can cross verify. If you take the mouse over here, uh, that cursor, so you will see this will be automatically highlighted. So that is what href uh, account dot sign on form signing, right? So that is what sign on form signing. So we can copy from here because this side dynamic values are there. Not from here to here, copy and put it here. Add and put. So first value done. Now come to the second value. This is the second value, right? The image. Now see, there is no name for image, right? So how we will find the image? That uh, here, what is that image, right? I will get to know the name of that image. So in that image case also, this cursor thing, highlighting of the cursor thing plays a very important role. So again, select this cursor and try to highlight this image. So select this cursor and try to highlight this image, only that image. If you and then click on that. So when you click on that, that it will show us the code. And if you want to cross verify, so you can see if I take my mouse here, see I'm taking my mouse here, and here you can see it will be highlighted. Here also it's showing that paragraph. And now from here you can read the name of the image. This is the name of the image. splash.gif. Okay. Because everything comes in code format, we know, right? So image has also a name. So now its name is splash.gif. There you see exactly image height, source, align middle. It is as it is, right? Image height, source. Okay. So this is how we can take help and we can identify that exact line of that code of anything. Okay, even this logo you want to find anything. Okay. This search button, this even suppose you want to verify this text button, that also we can just highlight and then text. So this is the name for that code. Okay, see text and this search button, everything. Okay, anything. This is not only for this, even I'll tell you for other websites. Suppose Google, very important. Um, Google. Suppose you have hit the Google and you want to verify the Google page. So on Google also this image is there, this search is there, this mic is there, this lens is there. Suppose you want to verify that. So you can highlight this Google image. So this is what here its name is here. Right? This is whole line of code for that image. You can see here it's getting highlighted. Suppose you want to see the for this mic, so you can put and highlight this mic. Okay, so here is that, right? This lens thing, anything. Okay, this sign in. Suppose this code for this sign in. Highlight that. So this is code here, right here. href. See hyperlink. Here also href hyperlink is there for signing. Suppose the Gmail. Highlight that Gmail. Here also hyperlink. You see href hyperlink. because hyperlink means we will be clicking and it will be going to next page. So it's the right link. So this concept applies everywhere. So whatever I'm teaching, do not think that since we are using demo websites, practice websites, so all those concepts will only apply. No, it's not like. See, for practicing we are using them, but whole concept applies everywhere. Right? Because as I said, on real website we cannot do a scripting because of so many security layers and other stuffs are there. That's why we use demo website to do the practice. And same concept we apply in real. Even I've but in my case I have even shown you one real application also, right? Previously, where I played a video and we have seen a complex scripting, right? So nothing is special. There was that application was there and four transactions were there, and I've shown that, and even the script also have. So everything works like that one. So as now for this image we'll give, so that name was splash.jl. You have found that. So I can give from here source equal to till here and put it here. So that is for enter stop. Now 5 more minutes. Same. Now sign in. Okay. So let us enable sign in. Right click, add assertions. This person. Now sign in. Right. When we click on sign in, so that is what sign in transaction, sign in request, and this is the response of sign. Now here what you want to verify. Okay. So that's what everything you have to think like ICU, important as per the business functionality, common for all the user and unique for all the user. So important as per the business functionality. Okay. So important as per the business functionality is this login button, because we are going to do next transaction after coming here is what we are going to do is we are going to do click on login. So whether the code for login is there or not, that is first value we have got. So this is important as per the business functionality, right? This is common for all the users, and this is unique. On this page only it is there. Sometimes uniqueness can we can avoid, but yeah, this rule not it's not needed that it should satisfy all ICU all, but generally uh, try to get it satisfied all the ICU. That way it becomes more good. So first value we got it, login, the link or the code for this login. Okay. So we got one more or two more you can give. So one more is this. Please enter your username and password. So this is a very unique message which comes on this page only. Okay. This is okay. So this is unique. We got it. This is common for every user who is coming on this page. This value or this message is unique. Sorry, common, right? So unique and common. So we got common also, and I also. It can also be part of business functionality to verify that okay that page has came and this message has been displayed, right? So two we got the second value as well. One more if you want, you can give text field like as you said, field for this or field for this. How to find? So you can use this cursor and try to highlight this. See input name user, right? So this is for this. You can see here. Same for password that you can give, but I'll go with only two. Uh, as I said, this one and this one. Now in that also first one which we will give important one out of these two is more important. Which one? This is more important and this is second more important. But how we will give? We should give in sequence, which is occurring first. So generally this is occurring first. So first we'll give this and second we will give this, right? So this is how we should keep on doing that. So now what is the name of this request? 34 sign in, right? So response of 34. This is 34. You can see a 34, right? 30 sign in request. So here, try to find those two words. First is please. Those two values. Yeah. So you see here, please enter your username and password. It's coming, right? So I'll copy that and add and put it here. So that is the first value. Or you can select and highlight here also. So it will say. And then you can click and select this login also. So this would be code of login. See, input, sign on, type, submit, value, login. This would be code for login. So let us try to search the code for login. See, input name, sign on, type, submit, value, login. Is there on input name, sign in, type, submit, value? So this is second value and I'll put it. Fine. So two value. Uh, First is that one and second is that one. Okay. So by this way, we should keep on doing for every request. Now login. Right? Login has two requests. So let us do the login first. Fine. Now login, if you see two requests are there. First request is 302 redirecting. You can see here first that request went and then when it got me, then the second request got fired. Right. That is how redirecting will happen. First this will fire and then it will come here and then this will fire. This is redirecting concept here you can see. Now in redirect concept, remember what I have told that the redirecting request will not have response, right? So the first request 302 will not be having any response. So what we will verify that will become problem. Suppose login first request 302 it doesn't have any response, right? Response will come in second request, final request. Or when we did the recording also 3940 you can see login 39 there is no response and we have 40 response is then. But we have to verify for every request, right? So first let me right click here, add as such. Now what you will verify because 39 doesn't have any response. 39 is redirecting 302. It doesn't have any response. So in that case, you can verify anything from header if you want, or you can verify a status code, right? Because response is not there for that, then what will be? So a status code. So let us verify a status code only. Okay, 302. So how to do? Same response assertion is there. Right? Click on add and put here 302. That is what response code or status code. Now one thing we have to do is we have to change this field to check stuff. So I'll explain about this. So we have to click on response code. By default it is here. We have to click on it and then save. So before we go and do other, let me explain this field to check. Field to check means where you want to check because when a request get fired, right response come and response has five parts we have discussed. Uh, Request is there, right? Then response which comes response, then header is there, response header, right? Header. So response body, response header. Then we have response message, right? Response message also we uh, yeah response code. Sorry, response code. Those number we have seen, right? And there is a response message also. Okay, that also we can see. So by default, text response is selected. Text response means the response body, right? Response body in the code format. or in the text form. By default, that is. Suppose you want to verify response code, so we have to verify this. Suppose you want to verify anything from response header, then you have to choose this. Okay. This is for request header and request body, but generally this is not used. Why to verify anything from request? They have given, again not used, and this is also not used, right? So only those four upper uh, are used. This is for anything you want to verify from response body. This is for response code, and this is for anything you want to verify from response header. This is for message. I'll show you about message. So message also, if you see any request will have a message. Suppose here no message. Sometime there will be no message. Okay. Uh, Sometime they have response message. If it is not there, fine. But this is called response message. Response message. So sometime it will be there. Sometime it may not be there. But that is response message. Okay. Response message. Sometime it will tell you, okay, response message is okay. So that is, so you see here, okay. So like that. Sometime. So this is about response message. Okay. So got it. And so generally we use this for. Sometimes we can use this, but it's not suggested to you. This is about ignoring the status. Means suppose you are sending a request and something is coming which is failing that request, right? And you want to ignore that. Means ignore that failure. So you can choose this. But again, not suggested option. So do not go there. So this is the four setting only that changing. And come to this pattern matching rule. So in pattern matching rule, generally this all four thing uh, four thing is almost same thing. But in that also generally we use substring only, right? Substring, not this one. Contents matches and equal, no, because many time it will create unexpected errors. So ignore them. Okay, go with whatever is there substring. And not an or you can use sometime. Now what is the meaning of not or or? Or means I just said suppose two value are there or three value. So by default, what is the behavior? Suppose three value you have given. So all three value has to be there in the response, right? Response. Then only it will be in green color. In green color. If any of the value or if all three value or if any two value is not there, then it will be in red color, right? Red means error. But if you select on or, so what will happen? It means that any of the three means if any of the three is there in the response, fine, green. Okay, so that is all. Not means not condition, right? That suppose you have given a value, and if that value is not there in the response, not right, not there in the response, so that time mark it as a green. Okay, means success. So that is not negative. Right? So you can choose that depending on your requirement, not or right. Uh, so that is about matching rule. This here we give the value by clicking here. And custom failure message I'll tell you in this I'll tell you. And yeah, and this is as usual let it be main sample only. Main sample means main request. This is main request. And sub sample means sub request. Embedded resources also. But generally we do not do embedded resources kind of thing. So these all things we do not use. So whatever the default is there. Now, so that is all about the attribute of the response. Now, only this is left. I'll be covering. So here, for this first request, we verified 302. That is response code because it doesn't have any response, and we verified the response code. Okay, fine. Now, response is coming in next request, which is 40, right? And 40, what you want to verify. This is the response. Okay, this is the response. Now, in this again, first thing is welcome. So that is important as per the business functionality, because as per the business functionality, whenever anyone log in, welcome message should come text. So we got our first value, and it is common for all the user. Whoever all the user will be logging in, this welcome text will be coming, and it's unique also because it will be there on this page, right? So we got our very first value. Second value is sign out button, because once you have signed in, so sign out button has become enabled. If you are not signed in, then sign in button will be there enabled. So sign out button is enabled, which tells that we have signed in. Right? So there too, this also tells that sign in. This also tells that we have done the same. So we the link for this. So we got two values, right? Two values, and this is also common and unique for you all the user, and it is important as per the business functionality. Because what is business functionality? Anyone who is sign in should that sign out button or log out button should be visible, right? Suppose you sign into Gmail, so what happens? Log out become automatically comes in, right? So yeah. So two we got, and third is we can find code for any of this fish, dog, or cat, anyone, not all, because next transaction we are going to click any one of them, right? So you can give three if you wish. Otherwise, two is also enough. So let us do them in sequence. So first this is coming, we'll give them, then this is coming, we'll give that, and then any one of them will give. So let us give them quickly. So this is 40, right? Response of 40, response body. The first what you want to find, sign out, right? Sign. So we can see here, yes, instead of hyperlink action, sign up, sign out. It's there. So copy that, and this is 40. Right click on that, go to add assertion, response assertion, click on add and put that value. So that first value gone, done. Then next value. Next value is that welcome message. Not this name, because this name will change. Every user will have different name. So that name will not give. We'll give this only welcome text. So search your welcome. So you can see welcome, right? If you want to be sure what is the code, so just highlight welcome. So you see welcome Jojo ID, welcome content, like that it's coming. So we can take in this part one we can take, or this one we can put. So done. And last one is any fish, dog, or cat, whatever. The code for that should be there. So it's here. View category, like that. Delete. This image also. It is JF. Add. Right. This image also. So complete thing I have taken. So all three. So what I have taken, the sign out link, the welcome message, and a link for okay, because we are going to click fish, dog, any. So one I have taken. So this way, this is done. Now before closing, last thing, custom failure message, which I was telling. So custom failure message here we can use. I have written here also. So assertion also help in validating the business functionality as well, right? So that is why I is important, business functionality. So validating business functionality. And we can also give some custom assertion message as well, which will be shown in HTML report after test execution. So here we can use everywhere you cannot use, but somewhere you can use custom failure message. Here you can use custom failure message. So what is that is, suppose this login, this user is failing to log in, right? Suppose somehow credential went wrong or whatever, and you want to display that, right, in message. So you can give that, suppose this like this, you can write it here, user with username failed to log in like we will use this here also in first request also. User and username failed to log in. Okay. So what will happen? It will tell us. Suppose you are running for thousand users, and out of thousand users, some user failed to log in. Maybe. So who are those users, right? So how we will come to know? So that time this kind of thing will help. I'll tell you. Just suppose we have two user, right? Uh, I'm giving some user simply. Uh, okay, I'm creating some user. So four user I have created. Two users are irrelevant. You can see. Now we will run for four user. Let us say. So obviously those two user will fail to log in. See. So from those messages, we'll come to know here that this user if chat failed to log in, or here also that user failed to log. So that is what failure custom failure message. So custom failure message where you think it is important to go give so that your own failure message comes or displays up. Uh, that those places we can give the custom failure message. Okay, so these are some places where we can give custom failure message, right? So that is till login we have fixed for today. Tomorrow we'll fix the rest, and then there will be I think tomorrow we'll fix the rest quickly, the first half hour, and then next 40 minutes we'll discuss other points. Error handling we'll discuss, and I think one more day will be required to cover this one. No, yeah, think 10 pieces. One more day will be required. So two more day, I believe, will be required to finish this complete step, and then you will come to know that how complete scripting is done, right? So we have added, we have seen adding response association with best practices. I talked about response association and its attribute. Uh, so rest we'll be talking tomorrow. So we'll see. Resting tomorrow. So meanwhile, please practice and finalize this step like how I have done. Come up with any doubt. When you practice, then only you will get the doubt. So yes. So thank you for attending. Okay. Great.